this is a video that I didn't think I would be recording, but I feel like a video like this needs to be addressed. And the topic we're talking about today is Chris Johnson, CJ2K, a hood legend in Madden, inspired countless amount of young kids in the urban community, and it has recently been announced that he has been diagnosed with ALS at the age of 39. And before we get into ALS, let's just talk about what ALS is. I ain't no scientist or nothing like that, so I got my phone right here to give you guys an example and definition of what ALS is. So ALS is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. So him being a football player, the constant impact tackles, it could have led to this. Who knows? It's just one of those things that just happened. And based off the reports, they said this happened in 1 year, how fast it developed. And it's crazy because I remember last year I was in Miami and I was traveling on the road and listening to his interviews, and he was sounding so normal. So for this to progress that fast is unheard of. It's just crazy, but it's just one of those things that you just have to accept when you're playing football. Football is a very contact-driven sport, and a lot of things can happen really fast. Personally, my son, he's 3 right now. I'm not letting him play contact football until he's at least a freshman in high school, and the positions that I'm going to let him play are very limited. Quarterback, cornerback, kicker, punter, that's about it. We're not really playing all those other positions. I just don't feel like it's worth it. He can play flag football all he wants to. Now, if he's a stud, that's different, but I'd rather him play other sports, but that's just me. Football is a great way out for a lot of kids in the urban communities. It's great ways to play football to get to college. And, it's a lot of avenues you can take with it. But it's so sad to see this happen to him, man, because he's such a great person, man. I remember vividly, man, playing Madden. My cousin's playing with the Titans, and CJ2K out there getting 2,000 rushing yards, breaking the record, getting 2.5K yards from scrimmage. Do you guys know how hard that is to do in the NFL? He was one of the fastest players in the NFL, if not the fastest. He had broke the combine record when he came into the league. He's a great player. I remember vividly, man. Back in the days, the debate when I was in high school was who was better, CJ2K or Adrian Peterson. They're 2 totally different running backs, but they were both elite when they played. So I just want to give him all his respect and praise and accolades for everything that he's done for the sport. I'm not a football player myself. I played in high school and some in college, but that's not my lane, but I do want to give respect to this man. It's hard seeing him like this, but the fact that he's putting this out there and sharing this and making it more aware, it's gonna lead to future development and research in the future to find a cure. So I got a lot of respect for that man for stepping out on a limb like that. And I also want to give praise to his wife for sticking by his side through these troubled times, because it could have been so easy for her to just leave and be selfish. But the fact that she stayed with her man, I have the utmost respect for that woman right there. So if she ever sees this video, I have a lot of respect for you, because there's women out here who will just leave and give it all up because it no longer serves them, but she sees the bigger picture. And I got a lot of respect for that lady right there, man. So it's just crazy to see how fast this all developed, man, and to see how life can you can be at such a high moment at one time, and then the next moment it can just flip, and then your health is gone. That's why I try to tell people your health is your greatest asset. Yeah, wealth is a tool to make your life easier, but it's not everything. Your health is everything, people. So do what you can to preserve it. Whether it be dieting, not putting yourself in situations that's gonna jeopardize your health. There's so many things that you can go wrong, but your health is everything at the end of the day. Your health and your family. So really cherish those things, because imagine if he didn't have a strong foundation and he had a partner that was just with him for the money. She would have left him and abandoned this man, and he would have had no fight because his partner left him, you know. But the fact that he has a strong family unit, and that right there is going to be enough for him to keep his mental strong to get through this and overcome this. Even if it feels like there's no hope or light at the end of the tunnel, he's still going to keep his mind strong, because your mind is everything, guys. You know, it is everything. You know, I don't want to make this video too long, but it's just crazy to see, and I pray that things get better. And to everybody out watching this video, if you don't know who he is, man, search CJ2K. This man was a living legend in Madden. I remember one game he was playing I think he was playing the Jets, man. And he did some crazy jukes in the huddle, in the hole, and ran and took that thing like 70 yards, man. He has a lot of like home run touchdowns, man. Like him breaking it for 70 yards. He's a great player, man. Like even at East Carolina in college, he was a great player. And his story is going to show you, if you look back on him, about overcoming adversity. You know, he was a top draft pick for the Titans. He played with like Vince Young and Lindell White. They were called Smash and Dash, man. It was a crazy time, man. So I say all that to say, guys, just pray for the man and do your research and give praise. And, you know, it's just one of those things that you just got to accept, man. It's tough, but it is what it is. You know, I just wanted to touch on this video to bring acknowledgement and awareness to it, you know. But, you know, if you guys found any value in this video, please do your boy a favor. Like the video, comment your thoughts, share the video, you know, all that good YouTube stuff. But until then, guys, peace and one love.